Most of the time, AFL matches end when the siren sounds, but some don't, and that's when a player has taken a mark inside 50 with a set shot after the siren to win their team the match. And that's exactly what happens to Gary Rohan in Sydney's 2017 match against Essendon. With 2 minutes left, the Swans find themselves 12 points down, when a Callum Mills inside 50 entry is intercepted by Michael Hurley.
Well done, Fantasia, comes back from Mills. Mark taken by Hurley. He's played a wonderful last quarter.
30 seconds later, Josh Kennedy launches the ball forward, but Nick Newman spills the mark. Fortunately for the Swans, he recovers, slips a tackle and snaps the goal.
Howard pinned in the tackle, spills out. Kennedy's going to sink this long. Top of the goal square. I tell you what, Newman's at the back. Almost takes the mark, recovers. He'll kick the goal. It's there. It's back on.
With 1 minute remaining, Mills bombs in another inside 50 entry, but Joe Danaher takes a brilliant mark while running back to stop Sydney's late surge.
Off they go. They can't make a blue. They've got the ball in hand. Mills goes long. Centre half forward. Oh, what a mark by Danaher.
But the ball ends up in Mills' hands for a third time. He handballs it to Sam Naismith, who kicks a wobbly mongrel punt that Buddy Franklin somehow marks. Buddy quickly plays on and launches a huge drop punt from 60 that narrowly misses to the right.
Naismith winds up again. Look who's marked it. Look who's kicked it. Look how far out he is. Long ball.
The margin is now 5 points. Brendan Goddard takes the kick out and plays on, but he takes way too long to kick it, and so Tom Papley arrives there to smother it.
Can the Bombers maintain possession? They have 5 points up and there's a smother by Papley to keep him in the hut.
The ruckmen fight for the hit out and they both miss the ball, but it bobbles up to Dane Rampy, who quickly slams the ball on his boot, and Gary Rohan fights off Michael Hurley for an incredible one-handed mark.
It's come down to this last play. Bill Chambers, ball at the back, kick by Rampy. Rohan! It is unbelievable.
The SCG crowd goes crazy. Essendon players put their hands on their head. Sydney players celebrate. Now Gary Rohan only has one job.
They were 0-6, they're in the 8.
And he ices the game. John Longmire can't believe it. But 1 year prior to this game, Sydney find themselves in a similar situation. But this time it's the Swans that fight to defend their lead. Sydney are up by 5 points with 2 minutes left in the match. Buddy sends the ball forward, hoping Callum Sinclair will mark it, but it ends up in the hands of Alex Rance.
And 15 seconds left. Hampson knocked down. Parker sharp hands. Lloyd in amongst it. Buddy able to kick the ball inside 50. Rance gets back and marks.
But Rance shanks his kick, and so Dean Towers swoops up the ground ball, but Corey Ellis wraps him up. And it spills to first gamer Jack Hiscox, who's too slow to get his kick off, and he's caught holding the ball by Brandon Ellis.
Last line of defence, they look to launch. Oh, he's kicked, set Chaplin a bit of a task, coming in Jones. Now Towers with some leg speed. Corey Ellis, great tackle, wrapped him up and spills out to the first gamer Hiscox, and Brandon Ellis wrapped him up.
A short while later, Dean Towers wins himself a free kick with 50 seconds left after catching Dustin Martin holding the ball.
Umpire says play on. He doesn't bother. Too tired. Franklin comes at the footy. Over the top they go. They need to find some space here, the Tigers. Out the back door, Martin caught with it.
Buddy's free right next to him, pleading for him to pass it. But instead, Towers sends the ball forward, hoping for a mark from Kurt Tippett. But that doesn't happen. The ball bobbles around for a little bit before ending up in the hands of Buddy, who kicks the ball inside 50 with only 27 seconds remaining. Richmond needs to go coast to coast, and that's exactly what they do. A lucky bounce gives Jack Riewoldt possession, and he kicks it to Ben Griffiths. Griffiths is a huge kick, but he can't kick it from 60, and so he decides to chip the ball to Sam Lloyd. Lloyd needs to kick the single greatest goal of his career, a set shot from 50 metres after the siren, to win the game by a single point.
Every kid dreams of this opportunity. Lloyd from 45 to win the game. He's got it. The Tigers have won by a point. A kick after the siren.
The Tigers go bonkers. Damien Hardwick is ecstatic. The Swans are left disappointed. Let's take a look at the 2018 game between Geelong and the Western Bulldogs. Hayden Crozier takes a kick out in defence with precisely 2 minutes left, but Reece Stanley sends the ball back in with a high drop punt. A Bulldog spoils the Sharon and Tim Kelly picks it up, breaks Patrick Lipinski's tackle and kicks a floater that looks set to sail through the goals, but it drifts mid-air and comes up short, and Lockie Hunter marks it.
Released it well. Stanley probably did the right thing. He got it to a scoring area. Dogs are everywhere. Kelly searching with Cunico. Kelly dropped it down, gets a fair bit on it, but it's not going to be a goal. In fact, the Dogs will mark it.
There's 1 minute left when Zach Tui takes a fumbling mark in the centre of the ground, before playing on and blasting the ball inside 50. Sadly for Cats fans, Patrick Dangerfield can't take the mark, and it ends up in a ball up. Lockie Hunter then clears the ball, but straight to Tom Stewart. Stewart kicks the ball to Dangerfield, but it spills through his hands. Luckily, Gary Ablott's there for the amazing crumb, and he finishes it off with a simple dribble goal, at least for him.
A minute to go. Hunter belts it out, and Stewart, one last attempt to put some more pressure on, goes to the pocket, Ablett squeezes it, and has he got it?
Yep.
He has!
Geelong are now down by 3 points with 31 seconds left, and Stanley does his job in the middle with a ruck tap that goes straight to Tim Kelly. Kelly gets a handball off to Selwood, but Selwood's taken high by Billy Gowers. He quickly dishes off a handball back to Kelly, and Kelly passes it to Duncan.
Maybe with 31 seconds to go, get it out to him and he might be able to run it.
Stanley knocks down to Kelly. Kelly handball over the top there to a Selwood tackled high. 24 seconds, dishes off the handball. Kelly's got it. Got to be careful they don't lose it. Duncan now.
And Duncan delivers a high inside 50 ball, and Harry Taylor takes a crucial high-reaching grab over Rourke Smith. With 12 seconds left in the game,
Duncan now can straighten and go deep inside 50. Won't get the journey high ball. Cats are out here. Taylor's marked.
Luke Beveridge thinks he's lost, and Chris Scott is kind of celebrating. Taylor should make the 25-metre kick, but the 12 Bulldogs on the mark might be a bit distracting for him.
Not as much as you need. Look at the Dogs on the mark. Look at them. The whole team. And he's missed. He's missed. How can they have so many on the mark?
Taylor stabs the kick. It goes too far left, and the Bulldogs win. The pressure had gotten to him.